When Tom was in Arizona, he started collecting every single underground newspaper in the country and had the most extensive library of the underground press. And when he heard about UPS in New York, he contacted Boert and Wilcock, who were the originators of the underground press syndicate, and came to work with them on the project. His initial magazine there in Arizona, the Orpheus, was really a compilation of the best of the underground press. That's the way Tom conceived it. Another magazine much later took that same concept to great success. But Tom stopped publishing the Orpheus when he came to New York and started to work with the Underground Press Syndicate. He got exposed to all the great counterculture publications around the country and knew what they were doing, who the best writers were, and who the best organizers were around the country. And he very quickly came to the conclusion that John Sinclair, who had organized the White Panther Party in Ann Arbor and Detroit, was, in his mind, the most enlightened leader of the counterculture revolution. And at this time, in 1969, 1970, John had been railroaded into jail. And Tom had a very extensive correspondence with John Sinclair while he was in jail, asking advice, how he should proceed. And he was also requesting that he be put in charge of a chapter of the White Panthers. And for some reason, the people around John didn't trust Tom Forcade. And this was one of the problems, that Tom was such a mysterious character, and there was such paranoia at the time that a lot of people just saw Tom coming out of nowhere and trying to take over the movement, when in fact Tom was one of the most dedicated revolutionaries that the movement had, but he was just moving much faster than the people around him.
And he came to New York because of that movie, Medicine Ball Caravan of Love and Money.
He wanted me and my band, the Lower East Side, to go to a counter rally for the Medicine Ball Caravan. He saw a Woodstock on the road being exploited by Warner Brothers. Okay, so he flew me in, me and my band, the Lower East Side, joined the Caravan, and call ourselves the Caravan of Pirates. Okay, baby.
Tom helped publicize Woodstock. Most of the publicity was done through the underground press. Tom missed the actual festival, and I think he realized that Woodstock had captured the center of gravity on the counterculture revolution by assembling so many people in one place at one time. But he also saw that Warner Brothers had gotten the film rights and had basically usurped the movement, and instead of all this money going to help build up the movement, it was going to Warner Brothers. So right after Woodstock, Warner Brothers had another concept, which was they were going to create a Woodstock that was going to travel around the country. It was kind of a mixture of the Merry Pranksters bus tour of America with the Woodstock Festival. They're going to merge those two ideas. And of course, initially the concept was to take the Merry Pranksters and the Grateful Dead on the road to a bunch of festivals, which probably would have been like Woodstock on the road. But the Warner Brothers executives did not trust Ken Kesey and the Merry Pranksters, and they also didn't want to turn the center of gravity over to the Grateful Dead. So instead, they hired Wavy Gravy, and the bands that they got to be on this tour, well, they were okay, but there wasn't really a significant band representing the movement. I think B.B. King was the headliner. So So the concept was flawed, and they got a French director to come film it who had absolutely no concept of the American counterculture whatsoever. So Tom launched his own project, which was to follow the Caravan around and have a counter demonstration against it to educate people that this was a Warner Brothers ripoff, basically. And he did that by converting a black Cadillac and building a stage on top and putting these Minuteman speakers, these very powerful speakers that were created for use during air raids. And basically his concept was he was going to take David Peel. He was the manager of David Peel on the Lower East Side at the time. And David Peel was going to be his headliner, and he was going to, you know, compete with the Medicine Ball Caravan as it traveled around the country.
Even Nixon showed you love with 50,000 people dead in Vietnam. General Motors showed you love. 53,000 people dying on the roads. Nobody sees it because they don't want to.
You're going to film a film about that kind of thing, you better show Freddie Weintraub giving Wavy Gravy the instructions to be a groovy hippie and not have any crazy stickers on his car. Because any other time that they went across America, they'd have free jobs in
about that one. I'll call you on it right now. What it is
look inside the bus, man, the Hog Farm bus.
I live inside the bus. Will you listen to me?
It says Free John Sinclair.
Listen to me. Shut up.
But it doesn't say
Yes,
anything
shut
else.
up. Listen to me. No, but I'm just trying to say something. Okay, we did that so that we can travel more easily. We're cool. We put our artwork inside. Otherwise, we got to talk to 5 cops a day, and each one takes an hour and a half.
These guys were shell-shocked that we could counterpoint the so-called exploitation of a movie film on the road at another Woodstock. And we did that. We stopped them. We put them in there. We put them in their place. And then next time we saw the producer for the movie, after we saw the screening, I said to the producer, "Be careful who you fuck with next time. Have a good day." Click.
Festival tomorrow. We'll all love each other with knives.
Man, you're our brother. You were there in Boulder, weren't you? I'm not your brother, man. I'm with him. Everybody's your brother, including him, man. He's really fucked up. You guys are fucked up. Why? Because you shouldn't be doing this trip. We came here to business. You came here because you had nothing else to do.
You know, like that cat's a brother, you're a brother, everybody in the world's a brother. We got to get it together.